Welcome to the RSP Boiler Room. I'm Matt Waldman with the Rookie Scouting Portfolio. We're going to take a look at Northwestern quarterback Clayton Thorson. Now, he got hurt on January 1st of 2018, tore an ACL, and he may not be back to begin the season. And there's some pretty good quarterback prospects in Evanston that may basically take that role away from him. Nonetheless, Thorson's got good size. He has a decent arm. He's mobile. And he's a player that is certainly worthy of keeping an eye on in terms of the NFL draft. So as we scout him, one of the things that I've noticed is his difficulty recognizing what I would call ancillary coverage. Coverage that isn't necessarily assigned to the man that he's targeting, but is going to be in the area and he needs to take note of it. Otherwise, he can get a little too aggressive and wind up having the ball picked off. And these are two plays that I'm going to show where good things happen for Thorson, but the process may not have been the best. And it's the type of thing that when you look at it through the NFL lens, more times than not, a quarterback who does what Thorson does on these two plays may not be nearly as successful. So we're going to watch this first one. This is a trips to the left. You're going to have the outside trips receiver, number 88, who I'm circling here, working a shallow cross. You're going to have the front stacked man in this trips work upfield towards this number 21 defensive back and break inside on kind of a slant. And then you're going to have this inside receiver inside the hash work outside and then cut back to the inside, kind of in between the breaks of the shallow man and the deeper man. And what's going to happen here is Thorson's going to eyeball this inside trips man a little too long. See him drop back, hitch, throw, and it's nearly picked off. The number 21 jumps it and nearly gets his hands on it, but our faithful number 8 here gets the first down. It's a good play for Northwestern, not necessarily a great process, because as he drops back, you can see that he looks to this far side safety, but quickly after he identifies he's going to be looking to the trip side. And you see the defender reading over top that Thorson is looking at first the deeper receiver. Now that's all fine and well, and maybe there's a bit of a disguise there, but watch what happens as pressure arrives. As pressure arrives, he's already looking at the furthermost outside receiver who's going to cut back to the inside. And that defender had the luxury to have another option over top of him, a teammate, so that he can just sit here in this zone and read the quarterback's eyes. And that's something that Thorson's going to have to do a better job of being aware of pre-snap, is what happens pre-snap to post-snap. Is number 2 going to slide over here as he does? And is that going to give the deeper, that safety over the hash, room to be able to break up field? And that's exactly what happens here. He's going to get a chance to read it so that when Thorson makes this jump or this hitch past the pressure to make the throw, he's been staring down this number 8 way too long, and it allows this defender over the top to get into the play. And as you can see, there's that far safety who's broken across. You also have a corner who's been able to come over the top on this deeper receiver. So these are the types of things that pro quarterbacks recognize the shifts in the coverage between pre and post snap, and then understand what that means for the coverage where he's going to make the throw. And he needs to account for this because in the NFL, that defender might be one step quicker. And that's all it would have taken for him to take that to the house and make it a pick 6. Now here's another nice throw from Thorson, at least on the surface. He drops back, looks to his left, interior pressure comes past Justin Jackson, and he's going to slide to his right, break a tackle, and then throw the ball lofted over the safety and into the arms of his receiver, making a nice reaching catch for it, and it's a first down and a big play. But when you watch this, from this angle, it looks pretty good. And it's a display of nice athletic ability. It is accurate, and it may have remained an accurate pass even if the defender didn't fall down. But this defender, number 21, you're going to watch him fall down here. And before he does, you have to look at this and say, okay, here's Thorson adding 2 and 2. Here's number 2, 21. Here's 88. 2 and 2 says, I can throw this ball down here and be able to get it over the top of this receiver, of this defensive back. But the defensive back, as he turns back here just before Thorson throws, he's in really good position to go downfield and take this ball away. And that's the type of thing in the NFL, again, a little better footwork from a defensive back, he's probably going to be able to rob the receiver of this ball. So it's a questionable throw. It's a good play, and it may still have worked out, even if you look at it through the NFL lens and the defensive back stays upright. But it's something to note, because there are a number of plays on this tape of this game where Thorson targets very tight coverage or targets windows where a defensive back is able to either undercut or come over the top, and he isn't the guy that was really the main coverage player of that receiver. So we're going to want to keep an eye on Thorson and how well he handles ancillary coverage. Thanks again for watching. For more RSP Boiler Room videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, the RSP Film Room, my site, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Waldman, and I also have a podcast, the RSP Cast, available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and TuneIn.